Revelation 18. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his glory. And he cried out with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling place for demons, a haunt for every unclean spirit, and a haunt for every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries. Then I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, and so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins have reached to heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Give back to her as she has given, pay her back double for what she has done, pour her a double portion from her own cup. As much as she glorified herself and lived in luxury, give her that much torment and grief. For she says in her heart, I sit as queen, I am not a widow, and I will never mourn. Therefore in one day her plagues will overtake her, death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Lord God who judges her. The kings of the earth who committed adultery with her, and lived in luxury with her, will weep and mourn over her when they see the smoke of her burning. They will stand far off, terrified at her torment. They will cry out, Woe! Woe to you, great city, you mighty city of Babylon! In 1 hour your judgment has come. The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their cargoes any more. Cargoes of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, and scarlet, every kind of citron wood, and every article of ivory, costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies and souls of men. The fruit you longed for has gone from you, and all your luxury and splendor have vanished, never to be recovered. The merchants who sold these things and grew rich from her will stand far off, terrified at her torment. They will weep and mourn, saying, Woe, woe to you, great city, dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. In 1 hour such great wealth has been brought to ruin. Every sea captain, and all who travel by ship, the sailors, and all who earn their living from the sea, will stand far off. When they see the smoke of her burning, they will exclaim, Was there ever a city like this great city? They will throw dust on their heads, and with weeping and mourning cry out, Woe, woe to you, great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth. In 1 hour she has been brought to ruin. Rejoice over her, you heavens! Rejoice, you saints and apostles and prophets! God has judged her for the way she treated you. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a large millstone and threw it into the sea, and said, With such violence the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found again. The music of harpists and musicians, pipers and trumpeters, will never be heard in you again. No workman of any trade will ever be found in you again. The sound of a millstone will never be heard in you again. The light of a lamp will never shine in you again. The voice of the bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. Your merchants were the world's important people. By your magic spell all the nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of prophets and of God's holy people, of all who have been slaughtered on the earth.